Continuing with my vlog to Mangalore. Friends, we traveled to Mangalore in the month of November and this is how it looked. We traveled in the VRL sleeper coach and this is how my daughter quite literally enjoyed the fog, the mist, the sunrise and the slow moving river that quite literally made our morning ride as we entered Mangalore very blissful. Welcome back to my channel, Catch Up with Madz. So this is the same homestay where I had given all the details in my previous vlog, so you can check out on my previous vlog to 4 beautiful temples that we visited. I'll provide a link if you want, you can check out on it. So this is the same house where we stayed for a longer time here, and the house was really good. And they had this beautiful garden where you see this betel nut leaf growing so beautifully like a creeper on this betel nut plant or a tree that you can call. Here most of the homes, they have all this banana plant, the coconut tree. So this is like the visual that you'll find anywhere and everywhere here, wherever you travel here in Mangalore. So as promised, today I'm going to take you to one of my native places, which is very close to Moodbidre, or on the way to Moodbidre. You have to take a small deviation and go inside our village. But before going there, we thought of having our breakfast. So we stopped at this particular hotel, Janata Deluxe, which was very close to the place where we were staying. So I had this Mangalore buns, even my husband had the same thing, and my parents, they had idli, sambar, and my daughter had puri and sagu. So we had a good breakfast before we actually left for our native. We had to actually take the same route that we actually had taken the previous day when we went to visit the temples. So it was the Mangalore airport road. It's called the Bajpayee, I think, Moodbidre road or something. So we had to go the same way, and as I had told you, the Mangalore, the roads are very good. The condition of roads anywhere, and even on the way to Sringeri, the roads are really very good, which you must have seen in my previous vlog. So even today it was almost the same route that we took, but we did not touch Moodbidre. Even before that, we had to take a deviation towards the left and go inside our village. So as we start going away from the city center towards our village, you would see the roads becoming very narrow and the traffic also would reduce considerably. And most of my villages, the native places are amidst the Western Ghats. You see a lot of trees all around. You would feel scared to even think how people would live here, but they're actually living there. So yeah, in this video you would see one of my native, and in the next video I'll show a few more. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and like this video as well, because it has taken a lot of effort for me to make this video. So yeah, if you notice, the roads now have no traffic. In fact, the traffic is just not there, and actually we are entering inside the forest ranges. Here, if you see, very few places have electric poles. In fact, even the roads do not have light here. So that's how it is. So yeah, we are in a place here, we have already come here. In fact, we had gone a little further, so we had to take reverse, and we are just entering. This place is actually my grandfather's brother's house, where we have come to visit them. In fact, my father was so happy to be seeing his cousins here after such a long time. So he was all excited to speak to them. Okay, so we took a turn and we went inside. Now this is where you actually go inside, deep inside the forest, and this is how the houses here are. It is all isolated like an island. You see houses here and there, and in between you have all their farm. They have their farms here, so this is what is their source of income. It is like from generations they have been into the same agricultural field, and this is how the road was. In fact, we were very scared to take our car. The road was not so good, but yeah, we finally arrived at their place. You see here, these are all betel nut seeds which they dry like this in the open, just under the sun. Once it dries up, they break open this and you get the betel nuts. So what you see around is the farm that is owned by my uncle, and this has come to him from his ancestors, I think from 2 or 3 generations. So he's been into this business from so many years now. And this is the closer look of how the betel nut seed looks. It is very hard, you can't just break it so easily, but yes, you have to dry this and then peel off the skin to get the betel nuts. What you see around here are all the storage, small rooms or houses that they have made to protect not just animals. They have cattle, they have buffaloes here, which they use basically for agriculture purpose. But and again, all these farm supplies that they get, they store in these small houses, and this was the entrance to their house, so we entered their house. But the thing here is, it's not, why do we need to protect them is not because somebody comes here to steal them away. But here, you have animals here, the wild animals. You won't believe, my uncle, he told us a story where he actually had to fight a python. Can you believe it? He was sleeping in the night, and on above him came a big python, and he found himself, so heavy for him that he just woke up. And when he woke up, he saw it was a big python that was there, and he quite literally all alone chased it outside of the home. So if you see, this is the house from outside, which is well protected from meshed windows and doors, to protect not just themselves but also the domestic animals here. So, as I said before, we visited in the month of November, and it was Kartik Masa, and this is how Goddess Tulsi is worshipped. So, our uncle was very excited. He took us to his farm, and he was very involved, and he explained everything and showed everything possible, and he explained whatever he could. And this is his small farm where he has these betel nut trees which look like as though they are touching the sky. It was, in fact, my daughter who was so excited because this was the first time she had come to, see a farm and all these plantations very closely, which she had only read in books, and she had no chances of seeing all of this. So, let me show you things much closer. And yeah, please come along. And yeah, I was a little scared. I was looking at the ground and walking along. You know, there's chances of you encountering a snake as well here. So these are seeds of the rice that is planted here. In fact, all this is dried, and they are beaten on a particular platform, which I'll show you a little later. On that, all these are hit hard so that these seeds get separated from the plant, and then it is dried and the rice is removed from them. And this one, what I'm showing here, is a baby betel nut tree, and this is the second stage of it, like how it grows, and this the third stage, and then it grows as a huge big tree. So what you see there is their home actually. And so here, for the agricultural purposes, here people use, at least my uncle, he uses natural compost. And how they prepare is, all these leaves that dry up,
and all the nuts. Once they remove the nuts from the betel nut seed, they are all stored here. They are all kept in these huge bins here. If you can see all these two, so they process it in such a way that they can get natural manure from this, which they further use for agricultural purposes. So, how many of you have seen a black pepper plant? This is a black pepper plant, and this is the black pepper which is to be removed, and it will be dried under the sun. It becomes hard and it changes color, that it becomes black color. So this is how the plant looks. It looks very beetle leaf, but they are not beetle leaf, they are actually black pepper plant which grows as a creeper, and it is grown as a creeper around this huge tree. So the other plantations here in my uncle's farm were these chiku trees, the banana trees, and a few coconut trees that were grown here all around. So yeah, we had a great farm visit. So this is how the betel nut looks on top of its tree, which is removed and it is dried, as I showed you earlier how they dry it.
This in Canada is known as bale huvu, which is, I don't know what it is called in English, but I guess if I have to just translate as it is from Canada to English, then this must be a banana flower, which is also used for cooking, and this is how it looks. Let me show you a little closer look of it. So my daughter just wanted to roam around the farm. She was so excited, and it was the first time she had come here. This particular farm is the forest range, that is the Western Ghats. So it was very beautiful. All these wild flowers that are grown in between were so beautiful, with the butterflies all around. I think we had the best time, and we would cherish this moment forever. So if you have a chance to visit any of the farms, then don't miss that opportunity. I think it is once in a lifetime experience.
So, as we were walking back to their home, we saw a wide variety of flora all around their home. All these flowers, at least some of them, they use for keeping it in the puja room. And these are beetle leaves that are grown again as creepers. And see how tiny and nice it is. So nice, right? These are called dotpatre leaves. I am not sure what it's called in English, but these have very good medicinal values, and they're used to make tokku and chutney here in South India. This, my uncle is explaining, is actually an equipment or a table that is used to separate the rice grains from the plant. This fella was so reluctant to pose for the camera, but I just chased it all around the house till it started doing the meows. The 2-month old calf, and there was another cow which was due for its labor. So we could see its position inside this cow shed, and there were so many cows and small calves here. It was a nice time. Again, the first time for my daughter. This is their very humble kitchen, which is actually basically used for all the farm workers. They come here to have the home cooked meal that is prepared by my aunts here, 2 3 aunts who prepare food for all of them. And this is their kitchen here, which they have recently got renovated, but this is the old one. If you see, this is basically a place where they store food on top here. That's how food grains are stored here. And the one which I'm showing you right now, here on top, the coconut shells are stored, Now, on top of the kitchen, as I mentioned, they have the storage space, and adjacent to that is a room actually. Here, even the floors are in red oxide as it keeps the temperature very steady and it cools very easily. And also, most of the houses have wooden ceiling here. See this? This is just on top of the kitchen where all the grains are stored. Now, why they store grains here is because the heat that is generated from inside the kitchen will avoid germs and other insects to spoil the grains. What a innovative thought! People in those generation, they used to think, like how. And this is the puja room. All the people who stay in such places, not just my own relatives, they are very simple and humble people, but at the same time, they are very generous and kind hearted. So, this is one of their rooms, their very private space, which I'm trying to show you. Hello, all of you. We shall leave now from this place and we'll go to our next native place. Yeah, this is how the doors and windows are locked, the wooden doors. So we had a little refreshment. They gave us a very good tender coconut. I mean, I can't even tell you how good it was. It was full of water, which you don't find here in the cities. So, okay, I hope this vlog was interesting. If yes, then please like the video. Thank you so much for taking time off from a busy schedule and watching my videos. I'll always be grateful. Please subscribe to my channel. See you all soon in my next. Bye bye.